Check 1 2. Check check. those guys taking on New Ulm, Minnesota for some independent amateur baseball. My name is Mitchell Kieran. Once again, thank you so much for listening and supporting this brand new independent team hailing once again from Bancroft, Iowa. Not the Bandits this summer. It's been a different look as, to put it frankly, it's a huge understatement to say we have had one unique offseason with a lot of these young men's seasons in this past spring with those in college. That is getting cut short due to the coronavirus pandemic. A lot of schools closing their doors and going to online classes. One thing I can assume that everybody in this stadium here has been itching to get back to this great sport of baseball, and especially back here to a real one-of-a-kind field of dreams, if you will. Now, Bancroft Memorial Park last summer was host to the Bancroft Bandits, who went on to have a 33-5 overall record and winning the Pioneer Collegiate Baseball League Championship. Well, it's going to be a bit of a new look this summer, as so far no word on the official statements of the Pioneer League. However, we are now an independently run amateur baseball team, still led by head coach Michael Kieran. Great to see him returning to Bancroft. And with him, this is going to be a pretty interesting tandem once again. At least I'm excited to have it. Assisting him on the coaching staff will also be Peter Sartorius. Now, this past spring, Michael got his first head coaching job for the Bismarck State University, or Bismarck State College, that is, a baseball program up in Bismarck, North Dakota, as his spring ended 2-0, and very abruptly a long bus ride down to Tucson, Arizona, and that was around the time when junior college's baseball programs got the plug pulled. However, this summer, Pete Sartorius returns to help coach Michael once again, as well as Pete and Michael will be teaming up at Bismarck State in the coming year. So that's going to be very exciting to see. And they do have a bit of a nice history together for the Albert Lee Lakers, also in the Pioneer League. A couple of years ago, it was 2018. They led that team to a 34-6 overall record and the league championship there. And they're back at it again. Another talented, star-studded team for those guys this summer. That's what we will be calling the new team, hailing from Bancroft. Well, today we do have a triangular series, and we can't ask for much better weather, just maybe for this wind to die down a little bit or just blow the other way. Had a pretty moderate wind, maybe around 20 miles per hour, blowing straight in from left or left center, it feels like. So may not see many home runs. So I feel like the team at the plate who finds the holes, finds the gap shots, they're going to be a little bit more successful at the plate. But we did just see the first game played between two Minnesota teams of Fairmont and New Ulm. These three games today will be contested in 7 innings each. And it came down to the final inning with New Ulm getting a pop fly that was dropped in shallow center field, which is able to plate 3 runs to overcome a 3-2 lead from Fairmont. So New Ulm rallied back and won the first game 5-3. Well, right now, New Ulm will be taking on those guys, and Fairmont will return after this 7-inning contest to round out the triangular series for today. Well, we're just moments away from the first pitch here at Bancroft Memorial Park. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups. First, for the visiting team, New Ulm, like I just said, just won 5-3 over Fairmont. Leading things off out of center field, wearing number 30, will be Jaden DeMeyer. In the number 2 hole, we got the left fielder wearing number 6, Hunter Randweiler. And the 3 hole for New Ulm, the designated hitter, second base, Judd Davis. And in the cleanup spot, a first baseman wearing number 8, Wade French. Batting 5th for New Ulm in right field, number 57, Nick Fisher. And batting 6th today for New Ulm at shortstop, number 20, Andrew Peters. Batting 7th for New Ulm, a second baseman, number 31, Cole Randweiler. And at number 8, a catcher, number 35, Sam Berg. Rounding out the batting order will be a third baseman, number 34, Braden Zimmerman. And the New Ulm Brewers, as that's their mascot, are led by manager Alan Floor. So we're excited to have them here. Want to thank them for making a nice long trip. It had to be a bit of a jaunt. They're just a little west of Mankato, if I got my bearings straight on my Minnesota towns. Nonetheless, let's shift our attention now to the home team. But first, New Ulm will be wearing the black jerseys, blue and white hats, and they got the blue and white trim and numbers. And for those guys, I want to give a big thanks to UPS for nicely delaying the order of our nice, sharp new blue jerseys. They're giving us the opportunity to represent our colleges on our backs today, and it's going to be a lot of fun getting to watch some of these players this summer for those guys. Got D1 players, coming from great programs from all levels, and they can all bring it. I already recognize a few familiar names from my experience in the PCBL League. Aaron Cowboy Mason makes his return to Bancroft, and I'm very excited to announce Tyler Jacobson will be pitching game number 3 today, starting on the mound. We remember him from Carroll last summer. Also Benedictine of Mesa, and he is a home state boy right here in Iowa from Elkhorn. Thanking him for making the 3-hour trip today. Let's go ahead now and meet the starting lineup for those guys. Leading things off at second base out of Akron, we have Brad Goulet. He's going to be an electrifying player in the leadoff spot. Right behind him, out of Bradley University, playing third base, will be Brendon Doctory. In the 3-hole, one of NIAC's top sluggers out of center field will be Will Sturrock. And in the cleanup hole out of left field and Moorhead State, there we go, that's Arthur Sells. In the 5-hole at shortstop, out of Xavier, Sam Olson. In the 6-hole, a first baseman from DMAC and a commitment to Davenport University. That's a Division II. And in the 6-hole is Carter Tronson. I think we got his dad, Troy, in attendance here today. I believe he made the trip. We'll find that out. In the 7-hole in the DH, we got Tynan Shahidi coming to us from Parkland Community College, having a great year there for them. And in the 8-hole, it's everybody's favorite Cowboy in right field, Aaron Mason, representing Doane University, making his return to Bancroft. Rounding out the lineup today, behind the plate, we have a catcher out of Miami, Ohio, a Division I, Nate Stoltz. And a familiar last name will be on the mound to start out today for those guys, Michael Sturrock out of NIAC. And he is going to be a very exciting player nonetheless, but for some of these players, it's going to just be a test of their conditioning to see how much exposure they were able to get over this kind of extended period of downtime. And with social distancing and CDC guidelines taking place, we're very thankful to be here today. Also want to thank the city of Bancroft for allowing us to use this historic landmark of Iowa baseball, that is Bancroft Memorial Park. And I will serve as the home stadium for those guys this summer. And we do have a handful of pitchers that will be on the mound today, so you could say to try and save some of the juice, to kind of save some of that conditioning, because, again, it's really just going to be a big test. And I would like to think if the pitchers have been getting good amount of time on the mound, playing their long toss in this, again, extended downtime between their spring stints and now, that I would think they would hold the advantage. It typically favors them when you do have that downtime, not seeing that much live pitching. However, we are going to see a great lineup of pitchers today. And as I mentioned, Johnny Holstaff, so I can't imagine anybody's going to be going a complete game. But nonetheless, we got the starting lineups as the coaches meet at home plate. I want to once again extend my thank you to supporting those guys' baseball team this summer here in Bancroft. Just about set here as New Ulm has is just about set to go here. And I'll be joined by the great Tyler Jacobson in the press box, mentioning he will be the starter for game number 3 in this triangular series. If I haven't mentioned it yet, very glad he'll be representing Bancroft this summer. One heck of a player out of Benedictine Mesa. Give you a little preview of what his past spring looked like. A 4-1 overall record, a 2.75 ERA, 32 strikeouts and 39 innings pitched, and without a doubt, he can control the pace of every single at-bat. We'll go down those stats once again by next game. And those guys just about to take the field. Once again, they're the home team. Just about set to lead things with New Ulm. Once again, the first 3-2 up for them. A center fielder, that is Jaden DeMeyer, wearing number 30 in the black and blue. And Hunter Randweiler in the 2-hole out of left field, and the 3-hitter, Judd Davis, the designated hitter, at second base. And those guys take the field once again. It's going to be Michael Sturrock on the mound starting, throwing to Nate Stoltz out of Miami, Ohio. Well, Michael Sturrock out of Nyack, one of their top arms for sure. Just finished his sophomore season at one of the top JUCO programs in the nation, just down the road in Mason City. This past spring, Sturrock had a 3-2 overall record, a 1.59 ERA, picking up 5 saves in 27 innings pitched, 44 strikeouts. So he may be hunting for some Ks in this 7-inning contest. Once again, across the infield behind the plate, we got Stoltz at first base, Tronson out of DMAC. Over at second base, Akron's Brad Goulet. Third baseman, Brendon Doctory. And at shortstop and Xavier, Sam Olson. From left to right in the outfield, we have Arthur Sells to Will Sturrock in center. And in right field, Aaron Cowboy Mason. Sturrock continues to warm up his pitches. I believe he has a fastball sitting right around the 90 miles per hour range. I think a great slider, too. Going to be really interesting to see what else he has in his arsenal of pitches. And again, I think today, when you get that first weekend back of baseball, whether it be summer league or spring, it's really just going to favor who's been getting that conditioning in. And just this first weekend, again, just really trying to get back into the feel of the pace of the game. But still a very talented group of players this summer for those guys, this new amateur team. Sturrock rifles one to the backstop as Stoltz throws down to second, and we are just about underway here for the start of a brand new baseball season. Well, here we go as Jaden DeMeyer, the center fielder, just about steps in there. I want to thank you once again for tuning in, and if you haven't yet, got to stop by this hollowed ground here at Bancroft Memorial Park. Well, Sturrock from the windup, first pitch, right down the heart of the plate for strike one on a fastball, and officially underway with a brand new season of baseball. Feels great to be back. A 1 count here from Sturrock. He winds and fires this one well outside, across the outside batter's box. Sturrock from the winds up, 1-1. Tries to paint the low outside corner, just can't get it. Not a bad pitch, but now DeMeyer will work ahead 2-1. The 2-1 just about nabs the corner there, but it's just going to miss once again on that low outside corner for ball 3. 3-1 count here, bases empty to the leadoff man for New Ulm. Sturrock from the windup. And he's just trying to paint that corner, but not getting much success after working ahead on the first pitch strike. 4 straight balls as DeMeyer. It's a free 90. So now it's DeMeyer on first. Hunter Randweiler, the left fielder, will step in. On the left side, now Sturrock from the belt. Kicks and fires. And this one, once again, right down the middle, strike one on a fastball. Beautiful day, but once again, might be having some rain in the forecast here as some clouds start to work in. Second pitch, and that's right across the outside part of the plate for strike 2, as this time Sturrock works ahead for 0-2. 0-2 count now. Small lead for DeMeyer at first. Stoltz sets up in the outer half. A pitch, and he gets him missing low and inside there as Sturrock gets his first strikeout of the summer on 3 pitches. Great way to turn it around after the walk. And we got 1 out now. Still a runner on first as the 3-hitter and designated hitter. Judd Davis steps in, another lefty. Sturrock sets in, tries to quickly pick over to Tronson at first. Not in time. Still waiting the first pitch of the new at-bat. Sturrock from the stretch. That one's going to miss high for ball one. Starts off this one, first ball. 1-0 here. 81 degrees under a mostly cloudy sky at the top of the first in game number 2, as the second pitch rides high and inside for ball 2. So now Davis is going to be working with a hitter's count here, 2-0. Got to be looking for one pitch to drive, try to advance that runner at first. See what Sturrock feeds him here, 2-0, one down. Third pitch of the at-bat fouled straight back to the backstop for strike one. He'll try to get even now. Still scoreless here in the top of the first of game number 2. This is the first game of those guys this season. Again, I want to extend a big thank you to UPS for delaying our order of our nice blue jerseys. Those will come eventually. For today, we'll just represent our colleges. 2-1 pitch. Just missing. A little higher outside, but not a bad spot right there. But Davis lays off, and he's back to a hitter's count now. Once again, 3-1 now. Another pick to Tronson. Meyer dives back just in time. Sturrock going to have to battle ahead here. Still a ground ball. Could turn 2. 3-1. Right down the heart of the plate, and we'll get back to full here. Great job for Sturrock to battle back. Still 3-2 now. Got to try to offer up something for Davis to swing at. No, he's probably looking for something to hit. 3-2 from the belt. And fouled out of play. Into someone's driveway. Count remains full. Seventh pitch of the at-bat on the way. Sturrock comes set. The payoff pitch. And it just misses high. Won't get Davis chasing. He holds off, and there's the second walk of the inning for Sturrock. Facing 3 batters, walking runners 1 and 3. As DeMeyer now stands on second. Davis walks to first. Randweiler still struck out for out number 1. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Wade French. First baseman, good frame. He might be looking for something to drive here, advance those runners. Still scoreless, 1 down. Runners on first and second. First pitch from Sturrock gets him chasing high on a fastball for strike 1. Once again, Michael Sturrock had great numbers on the mound at Nyack this past spring. His brother Will batting third for us today out in center. Representing Nyack on their backs today. Basically matching. Good stuff. Nice off speed right there. Just misses probably an inch or 2 above the letters. High for ball 1. One's across the scoreboard. 1 down. 1-1 count. Still 2 runners on first and second. Start from the stretch. Gets him chasing on a fastball outside. Strike 2. Timing was right there. Davis might have thrown the head a little bit just off. So he's got an aggressive approach right here. Sturrock now trying to go right after the hitter after walking 2. As Sturrock comes set once again. 1-2. Just right in the chalk inside. Not a bad spot. But Davis doing a good job holding off actually with this win. Might have been lucky that didn't just nab the jersey. Might have put the third runner on this inning. Still 2-2 now. We're back to even. On the stretch. And this one shot just foul. Straight down into the right towards the first base dugout. Waiting for the 6th pitch of the at-bat now. I want to thank you once again for tuning into this contest. Got 17 of you right now. Let us know where we're all watching baseball today from. 2-2 from Sturrock. Trying to paint that corner. Not getting much success on that pitch so far this afternoon. Not a bad spot right there, but once again, the count goes full. 3-2. Trying to get out number 2 this inning. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Getting a little pattern here as that's strikeout number 2 for that guy, Michael Sturrock. Now working with 2 outs, a force at any bag out there in the infield. Another left-handed batter steps in, the right fielder, Nick Fisher, wearing number 57 for the Brewers in black and blue from New Ulm. Fresh count. Here's the first pitch from Sturrock. It might have been a slider. Great run on that pitch, but it's going to run a little too far low and inside. It's that one spot Sturrock hasn't been able to get in the zone yet, but still, great job striking out 2 batters this inning. Let's see if he can make it 3 as he gets back to even with a rifling fastball, strike 1. Third pitch of the at-bat on the way. Sturrock kicks and fires, and kind of a late swing and a miss, looked a little indecisive, but he just gets a piece of it fouled straight back for strike 2. As Sturrock once again works ahead, he's starting to settle down a little bit. After a 5-pitch walk to start off the inning, gets 2 strikeouts after another walk. But 1 strike here could end the top of the half inning, and almost there once again. Low and away. Still a good approach to try to work that lower and outside corner, especially with 2 strikes. Just no dice yet for Michael Sturrock. The deuces across the scoreboard here in the 2-2 from the belt. Not sure where that one missed. Good spot, but misses for ball 3. Working with another full count here as the runners are probably going to go on this pitch. 2 down. Looking for out number 3. Pitch, and weakly grounded towards third. Doherty scoops it, throws across the infield, that is, and he gets Tronson at first base, out number 3. Great job right there from Michael Sturrock to work out of that jam with 2 runners on, 2 outs. Gets a ground out to Nick Fisher, 5-3 to put away the New Ulm Brewers in the top half of inning number 1. Welcome back to Bancroft Memorial Park after 1 half inning, no runs on no hits and 2 walks for the New Ulm Brewers, as now a lefty will step on the mound for them. Adam Slander, wearing number 17, hailing from New Ulm, Minnesota. Now, looking at the rosters, it looks like a lot of hometown boys for New Ulm and Fairmont. Love to see that. I really am a fan of our roster here. A lot of talented collegiate baseball players, some that we have seen last summer in the PCBL and some that I'm very excited to see for the first time. Especially seeing for the first time 9 of our 10 starters here, including that pitcher, Michael Sturrock. We're well aware of all-stars in the Pioneer League here in Mason, Tyler Jacobson. If Devin Porter out of Ball State and former Fort Dodge Gypsum miner, without him today. But 2 up first for those guys. Leading things off will be a second baseman out of Akron, Brad Goulet. Very excited to watch him step in. Good build and electrifying numbers, it looks like. As Goulet was also an all-region player at DCTC, hitting .381 over there, 4 home runs, 34 stolen bases. So he's got some pop in the bat. And with that, he can run. So he steps into the right side. Looks like a big, strong kid, and once again, pretty fast. This past year at Akron University Division I, .313 average, 7 home runs, and 35 stolen bases. Maybe that's last year. Still great numbers nonetheless, whether you're playing a full or half season. As the first pitch from Adam Slander. This is low and away in the dirt. Goulet steps out. Behind him, we got Doctory on deck in the 2-hole. On the windup, he fires, and Goulet a little bit ahead of that one. Wanting, obviously, to start off his summer with a bang. He was looking for a pitch to drive first pitch, but Slander gets a nice off-speed past him. 1-1 count now. Nobody on, nobody out. Goulet, the leadoff hitter for those guys. Second pitch. Looks like another breaking ball on the outer half of the zone for strike 2. So Goulet going to have to battle back here. 1-2 in the count. From the windup, Slander throws. This time Goulet rips this one to deep left field. It's past the fielder, and it is down. Goulet rounds first, heads to second. And all right, that's how you settle. But here, ball gets past the second baseman, and Goulet will be at third standing up. I think it's going to be an error. It'll be a double and then advancing on the air for Brad Goulet. So that's one way to start off your summer with a bang. Battles back from a 1-2 count and rips a double to deep left field. And now Brendon Doctory for his first at-bat for those guys has an opportunity for an RBI. Left-handed batter out of Bradley, and he had great numbers there too. Waiting first pitch. And Slander settling in the zone early. Very nice. And Goulet, once again, looks like he was a little bit ahead on those first 2 pitches, but finally sat back and turned on one. 0-1 here to Brendon Doctory. And he goes chasing this time for strike 2, low and away. Doctory also wanting to get on the sticks early. Good hitter for Bradley. He was a freshman All-American back in 2017, 4-year starter for the Bradley Braves. This past spring hitting .283 for that fraction of a D1 season. He's got the battle back here, 0-2 versus Slander. Winds and fires, and this time breaking ball going to miss high for ball 1. A couple players throwing over by the bullpen down third base side. I don't know if they're just warming up or just warming up. This time broken bat. Looks like it's going past Slander. Goulet's going to read the throw, and it is in time as Brendon Doctory will ground out, and Goulet will be held up at third. 1 down now. And again, that was a crack of a bat, so a broken bat. Doctory couldn't leg it out for a single. Unfortunate. Now here's an exciting player. I'm very happy we got on those guys in the 3-hole. Now we have Will Sturrock as the first pitch. He will let go by, and it gets past the catcher. Goulet's got to get down, but actually he'll stand up. He beats Slander to the plate, and on a pass ball, Brad Goulet scores the first run of the year for those guys here in the bottom half of inning number 1 of this 7-inning contest. Still have another game after this one, probably doing a new YouTube broadcast after this one. So be alert. Also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for all the updates for this summer. 1-0 pitch to Will Sturrock. Just holds off. Not a bad spot from Slander. But also looking for a better pitch to hit with no strike. So a 2-0 count now. Will Sturrock can be picky. From the windup, he fires, and this time looks like just above the letters. But Will Sturrock out of center field, .373 average this past spring, 5 home runs, and as a freshman at Nyack, of all places, .366 with 10 home runs. This one ripped right at the shortstop, not quite in front of it. Well hit ball, and I'm going to give that one a base hit for Will Sturrock. So 1-0 score now as Sturrock will single there. Well hit ball, line drive right past the shortstop, and that'll bring up Arthur Sells at a Moorhead State. Good numbers there at that D1 in the cleanup spot today as this pitch will go in the dirt from Slander. We got 1 down following the Doctory ground out, but Goulet scores on a pass ball. Sturrock gets on now. 2 hits already for those guys as they lead 1-0 from the belt, and looks like Sells might have got a little bit under this one. Goes in foul territory for a pop-up, and they call it off. The third baseman for New Ulm makes the grab, as that's Braden Zimmerman for out number 2 as Sells fouls out to third. So those guys still trying to settle in here. Got a broken back ground out and a pop out, but still 2 hits, 1 run scored, a double from Goulet, as Sturrock now stands on first base with a single. That'll bring up the 5th hitter and shortstop out of Xavier University, another Division I player here in Sam Olson. 2 down. Slander still goes from the belt. This one skips in the chalk. There's ball 1. And indeed, good work for the catcher so far. Going to block a few pitches in these past couple of bats. It's Sam Berg, batting 8 for New Ulm. 1-0 from the stretch, and Olson almost wears this one on the left shoulder. High and inside, ball 2. Another hitter's count here for those guys. To Olson. Outer half of the plate, he'll take it for strike 1. Now Sam Olson, 294 average, 24 stolen bases. So we can tell he's pretty agile, pretty athletic. And you got to be, so he saw success at a D1. Good to see. Here's the 2-1 from Slander. Olson goes inside out on this one as it carries into foul territory out of the stadium. And that'll let Slander get back to even here for strike 2 and a 2-2 count with 2 down. Bottom of the first. Those guys still lead 1-0. 2-2 to Olson, and it skips in the dirt. And Sturrock will take off for second. Not a chance. As Berg stands up, Sturrock slides in head first to second. Way to read the pitch in the dirt right there. Great instincts. Full count now to Olson. On the right side, and he stands in, watches it high for ball 4. Olson gets a free 90, so now runners on first and second. That will bring up Carter Tronson out of Des Moines Area Community College. We got a handful of DMAC boys on the team here. Also, Josh Yalanen and Brett Price. I believe they'll be pitching tomorrow. Tronson looks like an athletic kid at first base, hitting 6 for us today. 3 home runs, 310 average this past year. He was an all-region player for DMAC and a state champion at Urbandale. And this time, first pitch. It's like it misses for a ball, and it'll be a double steal. Great instinct right there. Sturrock takes third. Olson takes second. 1-0 count now to Carter Tronson, and just lays off a pitch. Slander still showing the junk in the arsenal here. Doing success. 1-1 to Tronson. Lays off and just on the outer half of the zone. Good pitch right there for Slander. Strike 2. Tronson still waiting to take his first cut of the summer. Wind up and the pitch. Tronson shoots this one to right field and might hang up in the wind. And it will be caught for out number 3. And that'll do it for those guys. After the bottom of the first, they lead 1-0. 2 hits, a couple stolen bases, and a couple of errors on a pass ball, and one on a outfielder throwing into second base, allowing Goulet to take third on a leadoff double. So overall good showing for those guys. Getting the first run of the game in the bottom of the first. So they're off to a fast start here. Hopefully Michael Sturrock can keep things rolling. After a pretty good showing in the top of the first, getting 2 strikeouts and a jam ground out for out number 3 after walking a couple of batters for New Ulm. Great job settling in, and he's looking for another productive second inning here. 2 up for the Brewers from New Ulm. We got 6, 7, 8 for the shortstop, Andrew Peters. Second baseman, Cole Randweiler on deck, and in the hole, we got catcher Sam Berg. Top of the second inning here, and we got the left-handed batter, Andrew Peters. Healthy amount of lefties for New Ulm as he watches the first pitch go outside for ball one. Brewers getting deep in these counts with Michael Sturrock. Second pitch right there, rifles a fastball for strike one. Again, he is right around the 90-mile-per-hour range. A 1-1 here from the windup, and almost gets Peters on the arm there. Just misses for ball two. Both the Sturrocks still uncommitted after completing their sophomore campaigns at Nyack this past spring. Coming to us both from Minnetonka. Glad they both could make the trip. Look like a couple of very talented baseball players for us this summer. But it's a 3-1 count now for Peters. And the pitch. And this one right across the heart of the plate for strike two as another full count for Michael Sturrock. Let's see if he can execute. And a swinging and a miss on a fastball there from Sturrock, as that's his third strikeout already and 2 1/3. So Sturrock off to a fast start so far. They'll bring up Cole Randweiler, second of the Randweilers, it looks like, a second baseman wearing number 31. First pitch, and this will skip in the dirt, ball one. Nobody on, nobody. One down now, actually, excuse me. Those guys lead 1-0. Second pitch, this time, almost. Looked good off the bat, but it goes right out of the park. Inside out on a line drive foul ball. 1-1. Third pitch on the way. 1-1 and a swing and a miss. Strike two for Cole Randweiler. Gonna have to battle from behind here. 1-2 in the count. Fourth pitch, the at-bat, not getting any love on that. Lower and outside, ninth of a zone, let's call that, but he has been trying to shoot it in that zone. 2-2. Right back up the middle. What in the world? A catch with the bare hand for Michael Sturrock. Gotta just tip your cap on that one. As you got a line drive coming right back at the pitcher. Just stone-faced right there. No reaction, not even needing the glove. With his throwing hand, of all things. That is impressive. Michael Sturrock catches a bare-handed line drive right back at him for out number two. First pitch of the new at-bat misses high to Sam Berg. Wow, that'll be our first web gem of the summer. 1-0 count now. And the second pitch of the at-bat still misses for a ball. 2-0 now. And we got a good group of pitchers with us today. Can't imagine Sturrock's going to go the full game, but he's going to get his work in. Already 3 strikeouts and one heck of a catch right there for out number two, and he'll finally get back in the zone here. Strike one, 2-1 count. Still nothing, low and away. Trying to paint that corner. It's the one spot Sturrock hasn't gotten down to for today. 3-1 now. Got to battle back. Just misses there. Not a bad spot with ball 4. So already with those impressive numbers, he's still got 3 walks. However, he's not missing by a wide margin at all. He's still settling in a zone here, but he's still very close to his spots. 2 down, runner on first. Still nothing on that low and away corner. Maybe got to be below the knees on that one. Still, he will start off Braden Zimmerman, the 9-hitter and third baseman. 1-0 in the count. Tries to pick over to first, and Tronson gets just enough of the glove on so it doesn't go too far away, allowing Berg to go to second. Almost a 1-2-3 inning for Sturrock here in the top of the second. Those guys still lead 1-0 with a tying run on first. From the belt, And he gets him chasing high and away. Zimmerman swings and misses for strike one. Back to even. 1-1. Swing and a miss. As Sturrock will once again battle ahead for strike two there. 1-2. 2 down. Ground ball still could be an easy out for Olsen or Goulet in the middle infield. Fourth pitch of the at-bat coming up from the belt. Misses outside. Stoltz right there, just smoothly slides. That's a good way to describe that Sturrock line out. Just smooth. Didn't even need a glove. The deuces across the board here at 2-2. On the stretch, just inside. Might have been riding somewhere between the jockey and the plate. But still Zimmerman too close to call. And we've got another full count. Sturrock already executed once this inning. Here's the payoff pitch. And it's grounded right back to Sturrock. Can it be in time? It's going to be as Sturrock goes to first. For a ground out to end the top of the second. We've played 1.5 here from Bancroft Memorial Park. Those guys still lead 1-0. Leading things off with Tynan Shahidi. The bottom of the second coming up. And welcome back to Bancroft Memorial Park. We're here in the bottom of the second inning. Tynan Shahidi set to lead things off in the 7-hole, and we got 8-9 after him with Aaron Mason and Nate Stoltz. Want to remind you folks, once again, thank you so much for watching our YouTube broadcast. We'll try to get every weekend game here for those guys right here on my YouTube channel, and we also have our Facebook page. You can follow us there as well as on Twitter. Just go @thoseguys_IA for updates. Waiting the first pitch from Slander, excuse me. As Shahidi skies this one to right field. Could be trouble, but just making the grab for New Ulm is Nick Fisher for out number 1. So first pitch, and a fly out to right for Shahidi. Stepping in now, Aaron Cowboy Mason making his long-awaited return to Bancroft Memorial Park. Grounds this one towards shortstop. He's still got some wheels, but a nice scoop from the shortstop and in time. So not quite the start to the inning they were hoping for those guys. 2 pitches and 2 outs, a line out and a ground out for Aaron Cowboy Mason, but he makes it close. 6-3, and it looks like Nate Stoltz would have to think he'd take for first pitch here, and he will above the numbers, so it's not going to be 3 pitches and 3 outs. Perfect opportunity for Slander to get some of that stamina by this one. Line drive nicely, but just hooked it foul down the left field foul line. Well, Nate Stoltz out of Miami of Ohio, past spring, hitting .279, had 5 stolen bases, slugging, or around 761. This time, once again, just gets around it. Third pitch of the at-bat. Hits it well high, but foul. Out and left again, the wind blowing in pretty fiercely. From about left center, I want to say, so not going to get much success trying to drive the ball. Then again, Brad Goulet did manage to get one past the left fielder for a double back in the top of the first, so we're going to have to see this time. Stoltz still fouls one to the left side, so it looks like he's just a hair ahead. He's still getting it on the barrel. Still trying to time up Slander. And I think it's his off speed that's going to get him over on those guys. So it's 1-2 now. Nobody on. Slander from the windup. Just outside. Good take for Stoltz, but with 2 strikes in a spot like that, you never know. 2-2, Slander wastes no time, and Stoltz is going to wear this one off the shoulder, so he'll be on first to get the first base runner of the inning for those guys. And we go back to the top of the order with Brad Goulet. He had a 2-strike leadoff double to deep left field to lead things off for us in the bottom of the first. Got to third on a throwing error, and he scored on a pass ball. So let's see if Goulet can produce once again. He steps in 1-for-1 with that double, and 1 run scored. 2 down here. Slander will have to go from the stretch. First pitch, Goulet lays off as it rides low in the dirt, ball 1. Sun's starting to poke back out, so hopefully rain in the forecast. Just false. 1-0 to Goulet. Looks calm, waits, and he will sit on this one for strike 1. As Slander gets the outside part of the plate, paints the corner there. Nice pitch to get back to even. Catcher Stoltz will stay on base and lead off first. Even with 2 down, this time Slander trying to go back to the outer half. Missing this time for ball 2, so maybe that's his approach, trying to see if Goulet can go with it. Going to make him hit outside after leaving one just over the plate for him, and he made him pay for it, turning on it for a double. 4th pitch, the at-bat, and this time he'll hit it in the air to the right side. Could be trouble as both fielders race towards it, and just making the grab. Nice catch for out number 3 as the second baseman, Cole Ranweiler, corrals it in right field. Somehow they communicate and make a great play for out number 3. No runs on no hits, 1 hit batter, and they leave 1 stranded here in the bottom of the first. We head to the top of 3. Those guys still lead from Bancroft over New Ulm 1-0. Michael Sturek will be staying on the mound here to start off the top of the third. Looks like we might have Luke Patzner heading out to the first base bullpen. Just out past right field, and here in the top of the third inning, we go back to the top of the order for New Ulm. Stepping in 0-for-0 with a walk, that's Jaden DeMeyer. And this time he gets him chasing high with that fastball for strike 1. So Sturek looks like he's settling back in a zone here from this past spring. Having some success early. 3 strikeouts, and again, that web gem bare hand line drive right back at the mound. Seemed poised and locked in, and overall just smooth, but works ahead once again. 0-2 now in the count for Michael Sturek. He'll still work from the line. 0-2 on DeMeyer. Third pitch and outside. 0-1. and just above the letters. Not a bad spot with 2 strike, but Myers lays off to get back to even 2-2 here. So Sturrock out of Nyack still continues to pitch. Luke Patzner out of Heartland Community College starts to warm up. We'll see him sooner than later. And 5th pitch of the at-bat, that'll do it. Backwards K. Sit down to Meyer for out number 1 here in the 3rd. With 1 down, we now go back to Hunter Randweiler, trying to get back on the offensive here as he steps in 0-1. Strikeout. I want to welcome Alex Amaral. Once again, thanking him for making the trip with us this Saturday. We'll see him pitching potentially Game 3, I believe. Back here in play, nobody on, 1 down. Sturrock winds and fires the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Blows the fastball past Hunter Randweiler for strike 1. 1-1. Sturrock shakes off a pitch from Stoltz, and he winds. Fires 3rd pitch on the way, and Sturrock still not getting much success hitting his spots on the outer half of the zone, but still doing a great job producing outs. 2-1, and fouled straight back to get back to even 2-2 here. Again, Sturrock, a great strikeout pitcher. He had 44 in 27 innings this past spring. 3-2 overall record, 5 saves, and a 1.5 ERA. The competition level at Nyack, that's pretty impressive. 2-2, and he got him there. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that's back-to-back Ks for Michael Sturrock to start off the 3rd. For Patzman, this might be one tough act to follow, as Sturrock is already in mid-season form. His first game back on the mound. It's already 5 strikeouts for him. And here's the first pitch to Judd Davis. And this time he paints the corner for strike 1. Gonna try to settle there now. 0-1 from the windup, and this one skied to the left side. Gonna stay in play for Doctory. It won't. Doesn't go into the street. Thank goodness for that driver passing by. 0-2 the count now. And Sturrock doing it at 3 pitches here. 0-2 to Davis. That won't get the corner. Just nearly executing by a mere inches when he tries to paint that low and outside corner. Here's the 1-2. And this time this will skip in the dirt. So we got deuces on the scoreboard here. Those guys still lead 1-0 in the top of the 3rd inning. Sturrock with 5 strikeouts, only allowing 3 base runners by walks. And the 7-inning contest. 2-2. This one ripped to center field. It might be hit right to his brother Will Sturrock, and he camps under it. Nicely done. And that's out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Michael Sturrock. Great job there to keep his composure deep in these at-bats. So we played 2.5 here from historic Bancroft Memorial Park. Starting off in the bottom of the 3rd inning, we got Brendon Doctory, followed by Will Sturrock on deck and Arthur Sells in the hole. So the heart of the lineup, 2, 3, 4. Start things off for those guys, and Patzner might be coming in sooner than later. But still, got to commend the work from Michael Sturrock. Great job here in his first game back on the mound. 5 strikeouts, only 3 base runners, all on walks. It'll be very exciting to see what all these talented college players, mostly localized here in the state of Iowa, some from just around the borders from Minnesota as well as Kansas. Very exciting stuff, what we're getting this summer with this roster. And again, I want to thank UPS for kindly delaying the delivery of our nice blue jerseys. So giving us the opportunity to represent the colleges on our backs for this weekend. Eventually you can call us the boys in blue, though, that's for sure. So far for those guys, only 2 base hits, a couple other base runners on a walk, and a hit by pitch. And Doherty's looking for a little redemption here at a broken back ground out. in the top of the first with Goulet on third. So missed opportunity there for an RBI. But here we go. To start off the bottom of the third, Dockerty steps in from the left-handed side. Again, a .283 hitter out of Bradley University. 4-year starter there and an all-freshman. So great experience in Missouri Valley Conference, but it's an 0-1 count now as he takes strike one on the lower outside corner of the plate. 0-1. Dockerty tries to sit on it and just gets a piece of it. Almost timing that one up perfectly, but just missing. But again, going to have to work back from an 0-2 count. Again, you'd have to figure these matchups this weekend favor the pitchers, as it's a little tougher to get back into the swing of things if we're not seeing live pitching. And this one, Dockerty, with eagle eyes, catches this one above the letters for ball one. 1-2 now. Looking for his first trip on base this summer. 1-2 pitch. Sits back and still gets a piece of it, fouling it out of play. Want the fifth pitch of the at-bat on the way. Looks like Luke Patzner might be coming in for the top of the fourth inning. Slander going to talk things over with his catcher. Once again, want to remind you to follow us on our social media accounts on Facebook as well as Twitter for all the updates, as well as schedule changes, anything that might happen. And as well, you can find us right here every weekend in June at least, and we'll have a July schedule coming out as well. Should have baseball every weekend this summer for these collegiate players here in Bancroft. 2-2 as that one misses low and away. Dockerty still awaiting the sixth pitch here from the windup from Slander. Just missing there. Slander just around the zone. And this time Burgle just throw it right past him. But Dockerty doing a good job getting deep in this count full. A couple of foul balls. I believe this is an 8-pitch at-bat. Nonetheless, good job there to get deep in the count. Payoff pitch from the windup here. Slander fires. This time fouled away once again. And I believe once the ball goes out past these light poles, it's considered out of play. That's why we got the padding on one of the poles out there. Without a doubt, it's an obstacle. You don't want to collide into that hardwood. 3-2 still. Dockerty turns on this one, but hooked it, and it's well out of play, foul. Sounded good off the bat. He at least found the barrel. And still fouling off these pitches full count. He's doing a great job. Still 3-2. I believe this is the 10th pitch of the at-bat. Dockerty pops it up. Out of play. Still in a battle here, leading off the bottom of the third. Full count, nobody on, nobody out. Dockerty, the two-hitter, leading things off, and he will just outlast Slander. A little frustrated there, as it was a great battle on both ends, but just missing high for ball four. Dockerty walks to first. And that'll bring up stepping in 1-for-1 with a single past the shortstop in this one, Will Sturrock. Great showing for his brother Michael already, and Will already getting his first base hit out of the way. Again, just a tremendous hitter at a top JUCO program, Nyack. And he'll take the first pitch for ball one. 1-0 count here. Second pitch, and this one driven to deep right, but it might not get past the fielder. Hung up in the wind. And he's already seeing some work out there. The right fielder for New Ulm, Nick Fisher, gets another put out there. Route number one. That'll bring up Arthur Sells, another guy looking for redemption. Today's cleanup hitter for those guys. Fouling out to the third base. The third baseman this back in the first. He steps in 0-for-1 looking for his first base hit. One down, Slander goes from the belt. And sitting back and still hitting it to right field. Could be trouble. And Fisher catches it just at the foul line. And a one pitch out to Arthur Sells for out number two. Stepping in with a walk and a stolen base, Sam Olson out of Xavier, today's shortstop and number 5 hitter. Might be seeing action in the New Ulm bullpen. Not sure I have it. Looks like a number 7. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. Waiting the first pitch to Olson here. 2 down. And the pitch looks like a little low and inside. Olson shoots it out of play. Olson steps back in with an 0-1 count, slander from the belt. This one ripped to right field, but is it caught up in the wind again? It is. So another well-batted ball right to the right fielder, Nick Fisher. This one could have been trouble. Still, Olson hit it on the nose, but lines out to right field. So 3 consecutive flyouts to right to end things for those guys in the bottom of the 3rd. No runs on no hits and 1 walk. Those guys still lead by a single run, 1-0. Back in the top of the 4th in just a second with the 4-5-6 due up for New Ulm with Wade French, Nick Fisher, and Andrew Peters. So again, it was a successful debut for Michael Sturek from Nyack. For those guys in 3 innings pitched, he had 5 strikeouts, just a handful of walks, and 1 heck of a catch with a bare hand on a line drive right back at him. But it looks like that will bring in Luke Patzner out of Heartland Community College. It's a pitch now for those guys. Some of his numbers here. 1-0 record this past spring. 3.48 ERA. First pitch misses for a ball. One 0 swing and a miss there from the cleanup hitter here, Wade French. Patzner had 20 Ks and 10 innings of work. Good job this past spring for that young man. I believe also out of Urbandale. 6-0 there for his senior season, I believe. 60 innings and 77 Ks, but hold on, he plunks this batter. So that'll send Wade French to first base, but that'll now bring up Nick Fisher stepping in 0 for 1, a ground out back in the 1st. Patzner now going to have to work from the stretch. First pitch to the left-handed Fisher, right down the pipe, strike 1 on a nice fastball. Top of the 4th inning, those guys still lead 1-0. We got a runner on first after Wade French wears one to lead things off. Showing a bunt, it goes right down the line and foul. Past Doctory at 3rd, trying to advance French to 2nd. Instead, just foul and a hard bunt at that. Fisher got the battle back now here, 0-2. Patzner, good size on the mound, good presence. So he had a little bit of run on that pitch coming in, a horizontal angle. The 0-2, swing and a miss, and 3 pitches, 3 strikes. He retires Fisher with his first strikeout. With 1 down, still a runner on first, will bring up Andrew Peters striking out in the 2nd. He's looking for a little redemption here as he watches a fastball blaze past him for strike 1. 0-1 in the count now. Patzner starting to settle in after plunking French. on the belt. Sits on this one again, 0-2 as Patzner now starting to settle in. Ground ball could still turn two. Still looking for some action from our middle infielders, Goulet and Olsen at second and short, respectively. And this one goes right back to Olsen. Line drive, caught, and back to first for Tronson. So not a ground ball double play, but a line drive at that. Great instincts from Sam Olsen. In one motion, catch the line drive and go right back to first, catching French, possibly napping. And a double play. So a very swift defensive play there from Sam Olsen. We'll put away New Ulm here in the top of the fourth. Still a 1-0 ball game. Yeah, those guys still looking to create a nice spark on offense. Still waiting for that after Goulet single-handedly gets them a run in the top of the first with a double and a run scored on a pass ball. We'll start things off in the bottom of the fourth, coming up with Carter Tronson. Leading off, and on deck, we got Tynan Shahidi. And the whole Aaron Cowboy Mason. Looks like we got a new pitcher in from New Ulm, but I don't quite see a number 7 on the roster that I have. A right-hander. So that's unfortunate. Once again, great to see such a fantastic turnout after all that's transpired in the spring, cutting all these young men's season off short. And with social distancing and CDC guidelines taking place due to the COVID-19 pandemic, very nice to see things slowly getting back to normal, and one of those things being salvaged recently is baseball. Makes it that much more special. It's localized right here in Bancroft, Iowa. Town with its roots firmly planted in history with the sport. Producing a handful of pro players like Lefty Joe Haddon and Dennis Mankey amongst the Mankey brothers, just to name a few. This past summer, they had the championship-winning Bancroft Bandits. Fortunately, it appears there won't be any Pioneer Collegiate Baseball League games, but not to worry, we'll still be the host of those guys. Brand new independent team. And we played 3.5. Those guys still lead 1-0, and we'll start things off at the bottom of the fourth, hitting 6th. Leading off now, Carter Tronson. Stepping in 0 for 1. This time, just missing that one. Pitch outside, he fouls it straight back. 0-1 in the count now. Second pitch, and this time hitting the corner for strike 2. Tronson watches it go by. To Tronson. Catcher sets up outside, and this one rides in the other box for ball 1. 1-2 count now. Fourth pitch of the at-bat, just missing for ball 2. 2-2 now to Tronson. From the right side, from the winds up, and this one just riding inside on a curveball for strike 3. Could have gone either way, but from that pitcher's standpoint, that's execution. Unfortunately for Tronson, he'll go down looking with a backwards K for out number 1. Bringing up now the designated hitter, Tynan Shahidi, lining out to right field in the second. And for Shahidi's background, looks like he had a Parkland Community College, a great player there. He watches strike one, but he had a .328 average, 14 stolen bases. To be a pretty swift player on the base paths. Having success, he'll roll this one over to third base and not quite making the grab. At third was Brendon Zimmerman, so Shahidi will reach on an E5 to bring up Aaron Mason last time. Grounding out on a one-pitch at bat. He's looking for a little redemption here. Aaron Mason, once again, a standout Bancroft Bandit for the past 2 summers here. Of course, the town welcoming him back with open arms. Last summer, he hit .309 with 18 stolen bases. He was an all-star for the Bandits and a top player out of Doane University. Very glad to have him back in right field. 1-0 pitch on the way to Mason, and another breaking ball. Going to miss low once again for 2-0. So Mason works to a hitter's count. Looking for a pitch to drive here. I wonder if Shahidi might take off here. I figure for a couple of these players, it's going to be green light. And Mason reaches for that one on an outside pitch. Just getting a piece of it for strike one on a foul ball. Mason steps back into it. On the count, 1 down, 1 runner on first. Shahidi with a modest lead. Pitcher goes back from the stretch. Shahidi dancing around, trying to get a good feel, but just couldn't get it that time, wanting to try to take second, but instead Mason watches ball 3. Another hitter's count for him, 3 balls, 1 strike. For the right fielder, Mason. 5th pitch on the way. Mason grounds this one right towards shortstop. Could be trouble, but booting it and safe, as it looks like the second baseman might have either not quite had the ball and not quite on the base. I believe this might have to be an infield single for Aaron Mason. But nonetheless, still a lucky turn of events there. Trying to get the runner at second, just couldn't quite get it with Shahidi's speed. So with 1 down, we still have a runner on first and second now. Following an infield single from Aaron Mason. Bringing up the catcher, Nate Stoltz out of Miami, Ohio. First pitch to Stoltz. Watches it go by low for ball 1. He reached on a hit-by pitch last time up, and good job reaching the base. He had 2 strikes. So he's 0 for 0. Here's the pitch from the stretch. Riding outside for ball 2. 2-0 hitters count now here for Nate Stoltz. Could make big things happen if he finds a gap out there. With the wind, the outfielder's not going too far back. Shahidi takes off for third, but this is a pop-up, and luckily out of play, foul over the backstop. Really could have been trouble if in the infield fly. Could have handed New Ulm an easy out. At the top of the order, Brad Goulet on deck, Doctory in the hole. As Stoltz steps back in with a 2-1 count. Fourth pitch of the at-bat. Stoltz sits on a curveball, goes by him for strike 2. 2-2 in the count now. Again, we're in the bottom of the 4th in a 7-inning contest. We got a 2-2 count, 1 out. 2 runners on first and second for those guys now. They lead 1-0 over New Ulm. This one fouled straight back. Still 2-2 here. It's going to be a 6th pitch at bat for Nate Stoltz. Got to try to move those runners. Try to find a way. So far it's been Brad Goulet getting the only run across the board. 6th pitch on the way. Runners take off. Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove. Stoltz goes down swinging, but Shahidi and Mason both take off on a double steal. Shahidi beats the throw to third. The throw goes into left. And he will come in to score. Tynan Shahidi now makes it a 2-0 lead for for those guys. 2 stolen bases on the play for Shahidi and Mason. And on the throwing error, Mason will reach third. So now 2-0 for those guys as they lead here in the bottom of the fourth. We got 2 down. Stepping in 1 for 2 with a run and a double already, Brad Goulet. First pitch of the at-bat, and Goulet lets it go by for strike 1. Again, Goulet possessing a pretty impressive amount of pop in the bat and an impressive amount of stolen bases at Akron. This time just gets a piece of it, chops it foul. It'll be strike 2. Goulet trying to settle back once again. Third at-bat for him today, and it's his second one trying to battle back from 2 strikes. From the stretch, Goulet lets it go by high for ball 1. 1-2, Mason still just 90 feet away from making it a 3-run ball game here. Looks like those rain chances just missed Bancroft. So luckily we should get all 3 of these games consecutively in. No interruptions. Fourth pitch to Goulet. Ripped into right center. Could be trouble. Hope he doesn't hang up too much. And the right fielder just gets to it. It hangs up in the air long enough for it to tail back to Fisher. A great ball hit there for Goulet, looking for his second base hit this afternoon. Just an unfortunate with this wind. Very powerful now out of left center. Nothing to be ashamed of there as he got it right on the nose. But once again, another put out for the right fielder for New Ulm. Well, we played 4 complete here. Those guys lead 2-0. After that half inning, we had 1 run on 1 hit, 2 strikeouts and an error on New Ulm. So Luke Patzner takes them out once again. Top of the 5th coming up. Those guys still lead 2-0. For New Ulm, Cole Randweiler will lead things off. We'll see the bottom half of the order, 7, 8, 9, 2 up. New Ulm still looking for their first base hit of the game. All things considered from Coach Kieran's squads in the past, from Albert Lee to Bancroft to this year, pitching usually seems to be the strength. And we have a great amount of depth, both righties and lefties from all over the state, coming from great collegiate programs to represent those guys this summer. First pitch to start off the 5th inning, and it's hit in the air out towards center field. It's going to be hung up, and Mason will call off Sturrock. And good thing he did. That ball was tailing. Once again, he was hit in the air. The wind is almost just going to straight kill it. Mason with a challenging grab on the run. But he makes it in shallow right center for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Patzner here. Start off the 5th. We'll now go to the number 8 hitter and the catcher, Sam Berg. He walked back in the 2nd. Patzner from the windup. Again, great ball. That fastball comes in. Looks like it's coming in outside, and it just crosses right over the heart of the plate. Pitch. Goes right back with the fastball, and you betcha, strike 2. So we saw a great start from Michael Sturrock. Patzner going to keep it running here. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thanks for stopping by, but Sam Berg goes down looking. So now 4 pitches and 2 outs. A fly out and a strikeout for Patzner here in the top of the 5th. Still no runners on. And now stepping in, looks like we got a new hitter for New Ulm wearing number 2. That's John Ahern, outfielder from Medalia, Minnesota. And he will just sidestep out of the way of a fastball well inside there. Could have plunked him. But ball 1. Patzner wasting a little time. And this one driven to deep left field. It's past the left fielder, Arthur Sells, but it is well foul, but still, it sounded great off the bat. Ahern getting a good piece, but just hooking it foul. Just a long strike 1 for Patzner. count, 2 down, no runners on. Still a 2-0 ball game. Those guys out in front. Third pitch of the at-bat on the way, and it misses high. So it looks like Ahern will now be hitting for Braden Zimmerman. 9-hitter here. And Ahern dodges this pitch here for ball 3. 3-1 count now. He can still be picky with 2 away here. Looks like we're seeing action in the bullpen for those guys. Looks to be a left-hander. Back of the game, strike 2, but for us, could be looking at left-hander out of Dayton and Dowling, Iowa, Ben Olson. Full count, swing and a miss. Ahern goes chasing for strike 3. 3 up, 3 down for Luke Patzner here in the 5th. He's having another great outing on the mound. Already great to see 2 pitchers in mid-season form for those guys here in the first game. Still got a right-hander, number 7. Really sorry if anyone from New Ulm is listening in. Don't got a name on the pitcher, but if by chance you would possibly know, we appreciate to get some recognition out here. Bottom of the 5th, those guys coming up will be leading things off 2, 3, 4, and right in the heart of the lineup. Brendon Doctory had to lead off back in the 3rd once again, and he walked. Stepping in 0 for 1, looking for his first base hit now that he's already been on base. Again, Doctory, a 4-year starter. 3rd baseman for Bradley. Division I. Batted .283 this past year. A couple of home runs. Nice slugging percentage. Stepping in from the left side. Did a great job working up at-bat worth more than 10 pitches his last time up. Outlasted the starter Slander for a walk. From the windup, first pitch of the at-bat, and it's going to miss low and away and pop right out of the mitt of the catcher. 1-0 count to Doctory. Here's the second pitch, still outside for ball 2. 2-0 is the count. Third pitch, Doctory swings and misses, strike 1. Got to figure, try to make this game simpler if this is your first time seeing some live pitching in a handful of months. 2-1. And nabs the outer half of the zone. Good pitch there for strike 2. Big reminder to stay tuned. Got another 7-inning contest after this one for Fairmont, returning shortly. They dropped the first game of this triangular series to New Ulm 5-3 on a costly error at the top of the final 7th inning. That last pitch once again misses outside, popping in and out of the mid-first. Ball 3. Full count here for Dockerty. Nobody on, nobody out. Dockerty leading off once again. This time missing for ball 4, but not by much. Still great discipline there to lay off that one and earn his second walk of the game. To bring up the center fielder, Will Sturrock. Just finished his sophomore season at NIX. Even with the fraction of the year under his belt, still produced .373 average, 5 home runs. He had 10 home runs as a freshman with a .366 average. Still looks composed as he watches strike 1 go by. Dockerty leads off first with after his second walk of the game. A quick pick over to first and nothing. Not in time. Still a windy day here, partly cloudy sky. Can't ask for much better temperature, at least, for baseball here in early June. 0-1 count. Dockerty with a delayed steal, and that works out beautifully. delayed steal. You can just kind of feel it. Kind of a hiccup there. The catcher couldn't quite release the ball. Dockery gets a free 90 there. Already a handful of steals for those guys this afternoon. Still 0-2 here to Sturrock. From the stretch, sits back on a curveball, fouls it away. Good job holding your own in the box there with 2 strikes, especially a curveball. And not a bad pitch. That could fool a lot of batters. Fortunately for Carter Tronson, watched a pitch go by like that not too long ago. He's looking for redemption here in a little bit. Sturrock almost shoots a line drive the other way, and it tails foul. Still battling with an 0-2 count here. Sturrock at the plate, Sells on deck, Sam Olson in the hole. Working a 5-pitch at-bat here so far for Will Sturrock. 1 for 2. And Sturrock will just call time. Step out, take a nice swing. Fifth pitch the at-bat, and a curveball just gets Sturrock. Missing, swing and a miss. Not by much, but he gets the better of him there. Strike 3 for out number 1. Still got Dockerty on second base, so a good opportunity here for Arthur Sells. Either advance him or bring him home. Again, don't recommend this much, but probably not try to go for the long ball today. 1 down, runner on second. First pitch to Sells. Fouls it away. Sells out of a Division I Morehead State, 282 this past spring, 3 home runs, hit 363 this past year as a junior with 9 home runs. Actually, no, that's not right. As a sophomore at Heartland Community College. There we go. Good numbers. 0-1 to Sells, the cleanup batter, and grounded towards second base. That will advance the runner. But he'll trade it for out number 2. Cole Randweiler makes a nice play. And for Sells, 3 batted balls for outs. So unfortunately for him, it's 0 for 3. Still waiting that first base hit. That's actually most of these guys for those guys are. But a good opportunity here for the shortstop and 5-hitter Sam Olson. Stepping in 0 for 1. He's got a stolen base, but he could drive in the 3rd run of the game for those guys. Dockerty just 90 feet away. First pitch. Takes it at the letters on a fastball for strike 1. Looks like Ben Olson might be good to go out of Dayton. A left-hander, possibly finish off these 2 remaining innings in game number 2. 0-1 and a swing and a miss. As this wind just really picks up here. Looking straight in now. 0-2 to count to Sam Olson. 2 down, runner on third. Still a 2-0 contest for those guys. Third pitch, the at-bat on the way, and Olson goes down swinging in 3. Just missing for strike 3 as Dockerty gets left stranded on third. No runs on no hits and 1 walk. We'll go to the top of the 6th, and it looks like we will see the debut of Ben Olson. So already 2 great performances from today's first 2 pitchers. Michael Sturrock had 5 strikeouts. Let's take a look now at Luke Patzner's numbers. It looks like in 2 innings had 3 strikeouts, allowing only 1 base runner on a hit by pitch, only facing 6. Allowing Sam Olson to turn a very nice double play on a line drive out. So he will start off with the top of the order, DeMeyer, Randweiler, and Judd Davis. 1, 2, 3 due up for New Ulm in the top of the 6th. back here in the top of the sixth. Now Ben Olson out of Dowling, Iowa, and Dayton University, formerly of Bradley. A couple of D1s here. His first pitch of the season will miss for ball one low and inside. For Olson, 1-1 this past spring, 22 strikeouts in 17 innings pitched, 4.15 ERA. Excited to have him here. He'll even this one back up as a foul ball goes out of play. 1-1 the count now. Left-handed side, Olson fires another foul ball. Watch your lips over there at the first base dugout. Line drive shot that way. Still a strike two here for Ben Olson. 2-1, 1-2 the count. Yeah, this one, the fourth pitch. Yeah, bat misses high. Actually, a foul ball just getting a piece of it. Still 1-2. Olson from the winds up 1-2, and this one will miss low. A nice breaking ball, but in the dirt. As Jaden DeMeyer just sits on. He steps in 0-for-1 with a strikeout and a walk, and this one hit nicely to right center. Could have tailed the Mason, and it will. Well hit ball, but right at the right fielder, Cowboy Mason, caught for out number one. So Jaden DeMeyer almost buys the New Ulm Brewers their first hit of the contest. Instead, it looks like the only one getting luck on a batted ball to the outfield is Brad Goulet. Started things off with a bang for those guys in the bottom of the first with a double. Since then, not much offense on either side. This time, the first pitch to Hunter Randweiler. Nice curveball, looks like, for strike one. Randweiler stepping in 0-for-2 with a pair of strikeouts. Unfortunately, he's looking for a little redemption. This one trying to shoot the upper outside corner of the plate. Not getting it that time. There's the 1-1 from Olson. He winds and fires, tries a quick drag bunt. Popping it up back into the net. Strike two. More action in the bullpen for New Ulm. A right-hander, not quite sure who it is yet. 1-2. To Randweiler. This one skips in the dirt from Olson. Still 2-2 here. Fifth pitch on the way. Right down the pipe. Great execution there with 2 strikes for Ben Olson as he earns his first strikeout of the summer. 2 batters up here in the top of the 6th and already 2 down. Ben Olson. Going out to Judd Davis, stepping in 0-for-1. He hit a line drive out to Sturrock for 1 out, and he walked back in the first. He'll take strike 1 right down the pipe. The pitch from Olson. 0-1. Swung on and just getting a piece of it right back into Stoltz for strike 2. Could be a 1-2-3 inning here. Ben Olson, as the past 3 innings for New Ulm have been retired in 3 consecutive batters. Let's see if we make it a trifecta here in the top of the 6th. 0-2. Riding high and outside, ball 1. Olson winds and fires. 4th pitch, the at-bat, and it's skied to the left side. And the wind might carry out a play. And again, I think not even with a painted line, it past the light poles would be considered out of play. We got the bullpen back there, tarps. Those light poles don't tickle. Those are hardwood out there. No padding. Still a 1-2 count here to Judd Davis. Olson shakes off a pitch, another, and he settles. Winds and fires just outside by a hair or 2. Not missing by much, almost executing for another strikeout this inning. Ben Olson's debut for those guys. 5th pitch on the way and foul straight back. 2-2 to Davis. Olsen from the windup. Just trying to paint the corner, and those guys not getting much love out there on the mound, especially with 2 strikes. Had to figure that's a spot they're aiming for. Full count here. Payoff pitch gets him swinging and missing. John Davis goes down for strike 3. And that's 4 consecutive innings for those guys. 3 different pitchers to retire the hitters in order. So great execution there for Ben Olsen in his first inning of work. A pair of strikeouts and a line drive out to right field. So already good work from the pitchers we're seeing here in our first game of the summer. That'll bring up Andrew Peters. Starting this game at shortstop, he'll now be the pitcher for New Ulm. On the right-handed side, very sorry we couldn't get the name of that last one. No, number 7 on the roster. Well, with a 2-0 lead, this could potentially be the final half inning for those guys offensively. Will once again be leading things off 6-7-8 with Carter Tronson. Stepping in 0 for 2. He's looking for his first base hit of the summer. Great success at DMAC led him to a commitment so far of Davenport University, a Division II all-region at NIAC, and he experienced the glory of winning a state championship at Principal Park a couple years ago at Urbandale. On deck, we got Tynan Shahidi. Was able to score a couple of innings ago in the 4th, reaching base by an error, getting a stolen base, and getting the second run of the ball game for those guys. So Carter Tronson will step in for his 3rd time today. 6-7-8, 2 up. Leading things off, it's bottom of the 6th here, only about an inning to an inning and a half potentially left in game number 2 of today's triangle. First pitch from Peters from the windup and gets it past Tronson inside part of the plate for strike 1 looking. 0-1. And this one will miss high and inside, now ball 1. Tronson's still looking for a good pitch to really sit back and drive. 1-1. It looks like a similar spot to the first pitch. Could have gone either way, but this one definitely looked a little more inside. So ball 2, 2-1 the count. Nobody on, nobody out. Pitch. Still misses inside. Once again, Andrew Peters, the pitcher out of New Ulm. Most of the roster from New Ulm, 3-1. And misses inside the chalk. Tronson will trot to first on a 5-pitch walk to start off the 6th. Let's get a little more insurance here. Before heading into the 7th and final inning, we'll bring up Tynan Shahidi once again, reaching base last time by an error and scoring with a stolen base. Fairmont returns to the field. Once again, be sure to stay tuned for the 3rd and final contest today. First pitch from Peters from the stretch. Shahidi laces this one towards shortstop. Got the out at second. And just getting it somehow. Could have been a little generous there as Fisher corrals the ball at first and a double play on the first pitch he had to Tynan Shahidi. So now we got 2 up, 2 down, and Aaron Mason will try to make something happen here to get a little 2-out rally going. And those guys still lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the 6th as Mason lets a curveball go by for strike 1. They'll be on 2 outs now. 0-1 to Mason. Sat back and swings through a fastball, strike 2. So now Mason has to dig himself out of a 1-2 count. Again, you got to think these matchups are going to favor the pitchers. It's a little difficult to climb back and have immediate success after not seeing live pitching in an in-game setting for quite some time, since all these players collegiately playing got their seasons just cut short. 1-2 to Mason. Curveball hangs up high for ball 2. Looks like we see Preston potentially just stretching in the bullpen. I think Olson's just going to finish it off. And Mason's going to shoot this one towards first base. Unfortunately, right at Fisher, as he will easily just step on the bag. 4 out, number 3. So 3 up, 3 down once again for those guys here. And we're already at the top of the 7th and final inning. All those guys need are just 3 more outs, and they can capture their first win of the summer. Again, they'll be looking to play 4 games every weekend. A couple of doubleheaders every Saturday and Sunday. Again, we'll be right back here in the broadcast booth tomorrow. Those guys will be hosting Blue Earth. So be sure to stay tuned to this YouTube channel here. So we'll have both of those contests as well as Fairmont right after this one. Also, don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter for all the updates. For those guys, amateur baseball team, once again, just this weekend alone, represent the colleges on our backs. And then we'll officially be those boys in blue. Once again, I want to thank UPS. So we've swiftly gone through these past couple of innings, especially on the New Ulm side. 3 innings 3 through 6 have been consecutively 3 up, 3 down, but Wade French might be trying to change that as he leads off in the cleanup spot. 4, 5, 6 due up for the Brewers. Still looking for their first base hit of this one, so it could be a 3-way tie for a no-hitter potentially looking at. Quite a way to start off the summer. Gonna have to find a way to stay locked in with Fairmont. Coming right back to the field just now. First pitch from Olson to French goes by looking for strike 1. Up. This one, quick shot line drive towards the first base dugout, foul. Olson once again doing a good job getting ahead, 0-2. Nobody on, nobody out. Clean up French leading off for the second time today. This time he'll take the third pitch of the at-bat well high for ball 1. 1-2 the count from Ben Olson. He winds and fires. And this one will miss high and away. Ball 2. Olson from a good high school program as well in Dowling. Down by Des Moines. This one just chopped. Just fair. Stoltz does a good job keeping it in play. Getting his body in front of the foul line. Great athletic play from the catcher out of Miami, Ohio. 2 strikes. French will ground out 2-3. Put out. Route number 1. All Olson needs more is 2 to put away New Ulm. 5-hitter Nick Fisher steps in here. 1 down, nobody on. Swings through the first pitch and missing for strike 1. Probably be another short intermission between this game and the Fairmont game. We'll probably make a new video for it. So be sure to click on that one. Also share it to our Facebook and Twitter. 0-2 as Fisher swings and misses again, or thinks that one's 0-2, 1 down. Just missing there, almost executing, painting the outside corner. Strike 3, but misses ball 1. 1-2. From the winds-up, Olson, swing and a miss from Fisher. Strike 3. There's Olson's 3rd strikeout in 2 innings, so he'll at least share that stat with Patzner. Could go past him here. But Andrew Peters looking for his first hit of the game, looking for New Ulm's first hit. 2 down here in the top of the 7th and final. New Ulm just hanging on by 1 final out. Olson misses on a first pitch fastball outside. Second pitch. Nabs the outside corner, strike one, as we see Tyler Jacobson, the Game 3 starter, starting to warm up out there. Very excited to watch him throw. And a swing and a miss for strike two for Andrew Peters. You also know we got Alex Immoral out of Swick. Going to be pitching Game 3 as well. And Thomas Bruss, and strike three, and that is the ball game. 4 strikeouts in Olson's debut. And a three-way shared no-hit performance from Sturrock, Patzner, and Olson. So a great debut for those guys as they start off their campaign 1-0. Hailing from Bancroft. So New Ulm will finish the day 1-1. Getting the first contest of this 3-game series, 5-3 over Fairmont, who will take the field once again to take on those guys in just a little bit here. Be sure to stay tuned. This third game of the Triangular Series will come up. We want to thank New Ulm Brewers for making the trip down here to Bancroft Memorial Park. Glad to host you. And thank you once again for tuning in. Final score, those guys win 2-0. As 3 pitchers are able to no-hit the New Ulm Brewers. So very exciting stuff to see there. Pitching looks great. And the hitting gets just enough for 2 runs. Saw some sparks, saw some well-batted balls, but it's very tough to hit here today with this wind. Let's go down the final stat lines. It looks like Michael Sturrock finished the game with 5 strikeouts and 3 innings pitched. He had a web gem catch in the second. Luke Patzner also pitched very well in 2 innings, got 3 strikeouts, back-to-back 3-up, 3-down innings, as well as Ben Olson, but 4 strikeouts for him to close it out. And offensively for those guys, Brad Goulet had a double to start off the game. He finished the game 1 for 3, 1 run scored. Brendon Doctory, the 2-hitter, went 0 for 1, 2 walks, a stolen base. Good job getting on base. Will Sturrock went 1 for 3 with a stolen base. 0 for 3 performance for Arthur Sells. 0 for 2 for Sam Olson. 0 for 3, actually 0 for 2 for Carter Tronson. He reached base by a walk. Tynan Shahidi got the second run for those guys, reaching by an error. A line drive and a hard ground out, so he at least had good wood, but no dice. Aaron Mason reached base by a single. He finished the game 1 for 3 with a stolen base as well. And Nate Stoltz played a very good game defensively behind the plate. Didn't have too many base runners contesting him. Didn't have too many base runners to work with in the first place. Still made a nice grab there in the 7th and final inning we saw. He reached base by a hit by pitch once and struck out in the 4th. So overall, pretty swell job. Pretty swift game. Probably 2 hours, actually only about an hour and a half passed. So a quick 2-0 win for those guys. They start their season 1-0, and they will once again play the home team to the visiting Fairmont Martins. We'll have a new video broadcast for that one, so make sure to shift your attention over there. It'll be posted very shortly. My name is Mitchell Kieran. Very blessed to be back here calling baseball at historic Bancroft Memorial Park. We'll be right back with game number 3 of this Triangular Series as those guys take on Fairmont next.